This episode is sponsored by SmartVestor. Connect with an investing pro for free at RamseySolutions.com/invest. You're listening to Ramsey Everyday Millionaires, where we talk investing, retirement, building wealth, and outrageous generosity.
Keisha is with us in San Antonio. Hi, Keisha. How are you?
Hi, Dave. I'm great. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I'm calling because I need guidance. I am a great saver. However, I haven't invested at all. I'm 50 years old. I have about $300,000 in cash, and I haven't invested. So my money's just sitting in the bank, not earning any income.
Mm-hmm.
And I need your help. I opened a Roth IRA yesterday, and I put $8,000 in that because that's the max that you can put. But then I don't know where to go forward.
What'd you put it in?
I put it in a Fidelity account. I just funded the account. I haven't invested yet.
Okay. What are you going to invest it in?
I don't know. That's why I called you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know what to do next.
Okay.
I'm going to research, but I wanted your guidance as a blueprint before I started moving forward.
Do you have a retirement plan as well through your employer?
I do, but I haven't taken advantage of it.
Do you have like a Roth 401k? Have you done some homework on that?
I haven't done anything. I just started yesterday, and
Okay.
that's why I'm calling today so I can get some guidance.
Okay.
I have a little bit more money saved. So in my checking account for myself, I have $300,000 saved. I put the $8,000 in the Roth IRA yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, I've saved for her college in a CD, 5%, and she has $100,000 in there. And then I have a $25,000 that I operate. That's my operating budget out of my checking account.
Okay. You are very good at saving. What do you make?
Well, I'm a nurse, and my income varies. So right now, it can be from, depending on how much overtime you want to do. So it can be from $150. Right now, it's $76, $75.
That's cool. Good for you. All right. So this is not a one-time 5-minute discussion, and you suddenly are an investor, okay? This is you begin the process of learning over the rest of your life about investing. And the more you learn, the more comfortable you'll be. Okay?
Right.
It like when you went to become a nurse and you went to nursing school, you didn't go to one class and then you were a nurse. You
Mm-hmm.
began a journey of learning, and that made you competent. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And your confidence and your peace of mind will increase with your competence as you learn more. So what you're looking for is not just an answer from Dave on the radio or George for a few minutes here. We'll get you started, but you're going to start the process of learning, and the more you learn, the more comfortable you'll be investing, and you'll be as good an investor in a year or two as you are a saver. And you need to be, and I'll tell you why in a minute, okay? So what you're looking for is go to RamseySolutions.com and click on SmartVestor Pro and find the pros in San Antonio and talk to a couple of them and interview them and decide who you want to work with. What you're looking for is someone you're comfortable with. And here's what's really important, and we try to not have any SmartVestor Pros that aren't this. Number one, they're going to teach, if you go to our SmartVestor Pros, the people we recommend, they're going to do stuff the way we teach. So it's going to sound like we sound on the radio. The advice is not going to be the opposite of what we teach, okay? The second thing is they're going to have the heart of a teacher. They're more concerned about you learning a little bit before you invest, because a person who starts investing from where you are, you'll freak out the next day when the news media has something to say on the channel if you don't know what you're doing, okay? So, or if you just did it because Dave said do it or George said do it, okay? So I want you to have someone with the heart of a teacher, and that means when you meet with them, every time you meet with them, you should learn something.
Okay.
And so that way you're making your investing decisions. I'm not, George isn't, and the SmartVestor Pro isn't. You are making the decisions because it's your money, and you need to have your hands around it. Now, having said all of that,
I plan on learning all of that. That's what I was saying. I just wanted a guidance. So if someone tells me something that's just too far off, then I'll say, no, this is my blueprint.
Yeah. Okay. Well, your blueprint is that you have to understand it or you don't do it.
Okay.
That's number one. We teach people, and George and I both personally invest in 4 types of mutual funds evenly, 25% each. So $75,000 each out of the 300, okay? And we would say growth and income, aggressive growth, and international. Mutual funds that have at least, if you're buying from a SmartVestor Pro, have at least a 10-year track record. Don't buy brand new funds. Now, inside your 401k, you can do exactly the same thing and max it out. And as George pointed out, do a Roth 401 over there. And maybe they've even got a match, and that'll help. And you make enough, plenty, to load that 401k up and do a Roth with Fidelity. And you may choose to move that Fidelity with the SmartVestor, or that Roth to the SmartVestor Pro from Fidelity, or they may help you do it with Fidelity. I don't care; doesn't matter to me. Fidelity's not bad. There's nothing wrong with them. All these mutual fund companies have good funds and not so good funds, and so you're going to look at the track record on the mutual fund and say for the last 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, it's averaged X percent. It's had so many down years, so many up years. And here's what the stock market has looked like. And we're going to measure that and look at that, and you're going to learn about all that. So 4 types of funds: growth and income, aggressive growth, and here's why this matters. Okay? The $300,000 has been sitting there for how long?
Well, actually, it's gone down quite a bit. I had $500,000 in there, but so it's probably been in there for 5 to 7 years.
Why has it gone down?
I had a major expense that I had to pay $50,000 for that, and I paid for a funeral, and just over the years, I had a major expense, and that made me look back at my finances to see what I was doing, and then I was just...
Do you have an emergency fund separate from this money?
Yeah, she said she had $25K.
Yes,
okay, but you've been dipping into this over time.
I would dip into over time, yes.
Yeah, okay. So let's just pretend, from an investment viewpoint, that you had $300,000 sitting there for 7 years and it made nothing. Okay, if it was invested at a 10% rate of return, over 7 years it would have doubled.
Exactly.
It would have become 600. So the fact that you've not learned about investing and not therefore done investing has so far cost you $300,000.
Correct.
That's how important this is. Because here's the deal. You're 50. When you're 57, if you invest it well, this will be 600. And when you're 64, that 600 will be 1.2 million.
And that's if you never add a dime to it.
And when you're 70, when you're 71, that 1.2 million will be 2.4 million. If you quit dipping into it and you start investing it well. That's pretty cool.
Yes. I'm going to double my income this year. So,
I don't need your income. I just put your money to work instead of it sitting on its butt.
Okay.
That's all I did. And it made you worth a couple $1,000,000 at 71 years old. That's how important this conversation is. So congratulations. Thank you for asking these questions.
Oh, thank you. So starting from day zero today, if I invest this $300, by the time I'm 71, I could have potentially $2 million.
Yep.
Okay.
Just think if it's invested at 10%, it'll double a lump sum will double every 7 years.
Okay.
And by the way, that number doesn't come out of thin air. That's the actual track record of the S&P 500, the 500 largest companies on the stock market.
11.3% is what it's averaged since the stock market began. That's the average annual. And so if you only make 10, if you don't even do as good as the market, every 7 years your money will double. So get online right now and get a SmartVestor Pro in your corner. Go have a meeting or two, interview a couple of them, find somebody you like, and begin the process of learning and get this money to work. Get it up off its butt. It's sitting there, and it's dwindling away because you haven't unplugged it from your emotions. You need to set it over there somewhere and forget it.
I'm more scared of losing all that money than scared of the stock market, which has a great track record. So get on it. You'll be doing just fine.
Good stuff.
Thanks for listening to Ramsey Everyday Millionaires. Need help with your investments? Connect with a SmartVestor Pro at RamseySolutions.com/invest or click the link in the show notes. Ramsey Solutions is a paid non-client promoter of participating pros. Learn more at RamseySolutions.com/SmartVestor.